the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the National Dirt Racing Association 358 Modifieds, Fairbury, American Legion Speedway, 25 cars checked in for this one right now. Watching just random cars take some practice. We're seeing a whole lot of bouncing going in the corners. Right now, looking at Carson Ruark. Ran second in the UMP modified race a little while ago. CJ Howell out here in the 2 machine. He was your winner for the UMP modified race a little bit ago at Cedar Lake. You can see both the back tires up off the ground as the 2 car went in. 2 turns 1 and 2. Gonna be interesting today for sure. Second of 5 shows for you right here live, guys. Do not forget. Hales Corners, Street Stocks, and Limited Lates. 2 races to go in each of those 2 series. Volusia this week. That'll be around 8 o'clock Eastern and about 9:15-ish Eastern. And then this evening, Dominic Santino will have Dirt Kings at Lanier in the 358 mods. Right about the same time that I put Hales Corner second show out tonight. So 5 shows for you today. These guys got about 4 minutes. And they will get ready to go through their qualifying. 27 cars now as this server starting to fill up just a bit. So 2 or 3 heat races will be on tap for us when the time comes. 5 cars from each one of those go to your feature. We fill up our A main with 20 cars. 40 laps for your feature this evening. Brody Orovitz. A lot of cars in the infield. Look at Donnie Fair bouncing that 001 machine around. I've been a fan of the guys having to deal with the bouncing in the corners, and I don't know that it's a product of changes to the racetracks as much as it is the changes to this tire model, and I think that sidewall folds up just a little bit. And then this car really isn't sure exactly what it's supposed to do at that point, so it just kind of starts bouncing. And down close to it, about 2.5 minutes here. We're going to go to our pre-race ceremonies here in about a minute and a half. Just kind of keeping an eye on who's doing what in practice right now. Right now, Kyle Fisher, the only car that has not posted time. Everyone else so randomly spread throughout 12.8 all the way to about 13.6 seconds. So not quite a full second in between the top and the bottom of the field here. Really appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, come by the Dirt Racing Network page. Like, share, follow. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, subscribe to the channel. You'll know each and every time we go live, a lot of racing every week. About 5 nights worth on most average weeks. Anywhere from 9 to 13 shows, depending on who's running, whether they're on a bye week or not. Taking random looks through the field to see who is where. Look at Justin Sick, the 5S car. It is just about time for us to head over for our pre-race ceremony. We're going to let the public address announcer take it away from here.
we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Green, green, green. Alright, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Green, green, green. Green flag, green flag. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Can't hear you on the broadcast, by the way.
Well, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Been doing this whole thing with my mic unplugged. All right, green flag back into the air. Heat 2 back underway. Dennis Gardner out in front. Davin Cardwell now has worked his way up to second. Carson Ruark, Drew Layton, and Justin Fuller. It's a big fight for position in behind that. Wonder why that came unplugged. I haven't messed with that. Big a checkup. You saw it right there. Looks like Layton. Caution may save Layton on this one. He's going to get all the spots that he had to give up right there back. I'm not sure who got sideways, but it was enough to bring out the caution. Josh Kunzbeck again. He looked like coming out of the pits. Yeah, it looked like Kunzbeck was coming out of the pits, and that may have been what triggered that caution right there. So still Gardner, then Cardwell, Ruark, Layton, and Fuller, your top 5 right now. So just a couple laps will be remaining in the second and final heat race. Pretty good racing action thus far. So get ready to go back to green here out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Dennis Gardner with a good start. We'll see if they can hang on in front of the hard-charging Davin Cardwell. Cardwell came from about outside of row number 4 or 5 in this thing. White flag in the air. You saw him trade slide jobs. Cardwell unable to do anything. Oh, and that time Gardner got in their car. Big bounce. So coming out of 4, who's it going to be? Gardner wins it. Cardwell second. Ruark, Layton, and Fuller will be your transfer cars. Everybody else is going to have to work through this consolation, and that is going to be a toughie. C-main time. So we're going to have 2 consolation races. We'll move top 4 into the back of the B. Going to be Ward and Fisher, row 1. Gardner and Sager, row 2. King and Ruark in row 3. Row 4, Fair and Kunzbeck. And we will not see Anderson and Helms in row number 5. Making sure everything was correct. Not sure what's going on with the front row, but they're going to get it sorted out so we can get ready to go green here. You see the one car of Fisher looks just like the one car of Gardner who won heat race number 2. Those cars are identical. It's going to be hard to keep them separated if they get close together. If Mr. Fisher can make it out of the C main here and get into the A. Right now, Dale Ward with the lead down the backstretch.
All right, man.
Caution in behind that. Take a look. I want to say maybe Ruark got a little sideways. A 9 car on the top side. Yeah, comes down across Kunzbeck's nose. That was enough to trigger a caution. He got turned far enough. So Logan Ruark back to position number 8. All right. Light should go off this time on our pace truck. Single file on our restart. Top 4. Moving into the back of the B main. Green flag back in the air. Racing has resumed. C main. And Dale Ward with a real good start there. Gavin Gardner. Looks like he is going to try to hang on to third. Had a pretty good run on the restart on Kyle Fisher. Wasn't able to do much with it. The battle's behind that. Seger's got fourth right now. At 7:12 up around to the top. Can he hang on to it? 5 to go this time by. Into turns 1 and 2 and off down the back stretch. Dale Ward still watching. Back here 4th and 5th. Gavin Gardner has third. That's the red, white, and blue car. Car sideways. He's going to hang on to it, I think.
All right, man.
Maybe not.
Caution is out.
Brent Fair unable to keep that machine facing the correct way. Into contact with Kunzbeck. Into contact there also with Ruark. Tyler King, the 27 car, going to bring up the rear. It's still Ward, Fisher, Gardner, Seger, Fair, Kunzbeck, King, and Roark. Little physical in this one already. The drivers fighting for those transfer spots. Can't really blame them a whole lot. All right, pace truck headed to the infield. 3 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Single file. Under the starter stand, Gregory Sager, the 712 car, your 4th and final transfer spot. But here comes Kunzbeck. Kunzbeck trying to work his way through the alphabet soup. Needs that spot right there. Didn't get it this time. Caution once again. 9 car of Logan Roark. Sideways again. Looks like he was into it with King a little bit here. Oh, and then Fair. Brett Fair really put that car hard in the fence and come around and knock the 9 car around. So Fair will end up out of this one. So we'll have a 2-lap shootout. All right, lights off on the pace truck. Going green again. Single file on the restart. 2 laps to go. C main. 4 cars transferring to the back of the B. Oh, a little checking up. Whole lot of contact. Guy's going to be way out of position here on the restart. Going to watch and see where everybody is. Ward, Fisher, Kunzbeck up to 3rd as he got around kind of everybody right there for just a second. Oh, now he's going to get torpedoed at the back of the field. Gavin Gardner got into him. He got a little bit of the fence there and slowed himself down. And he just gets turned around. So C-Main and the claws are out. Ward, Fisher, Singer, and it was Kunzbeck. It isn't anymore. I want to say it's Logan Roark. or Gavin Gardner. Gavin Gardner is going to be in fourth right there.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not
Lights
going green
back
this
out
time. We are not
onto the
going
pace
green.
vehicle. He heads back onto the track. Green flag never came out. Driver's going to have to figure all of that out. That is going to shake things up a little bit. I do believe now it will be Roark in the 9 car sitting in the 4th spot.
Green, green,
Greg
green.
Sager, green flag back in the air. That was quick. Everybody chasing Dale Ward. C Main about to wrap up here. White flag into the air this time. Ward, Fisher, Roark, and Sager hanging on to the spots. Not going to make it happen anywhere behind that. Oh, that time, Roark makes a big mistake. Now who is going to end up with the spot? I'm not sure who got it. Going to look like maybe Gardner might have ended up with that. So what official timing and scoring is saying is that Gavin Gardner will be your transfer car. Barely ahead of Kunzbeck. Waiting on the official finish. And actually only 2 transferred, it looks like. So, a little bit of a shake-up there. We're going to take 8 of these guys. We know that. Brody Orovitz and Colson Cochran on row number 1. Cannon Cochran and Tyler Berry in row 2. Tim McColeman and Blake Klauser in row 3. Row 4, Darcy Wilson and Jason Rexing. The 5th row, Dale Ward and Kyle Fisher. Those were your transfer cars in from the C-Main. So, Blake Klauser now making the call. 9 cars racing for 8 spots. All right, lights off on the pace truck. After the BMA short intermission before we get ready to go 40 laps of green flag racing in our feature. Watching Orovitz off the front row. He and Colson Cochran. I think Orovitz spun the tires just a little bit, and he didn't get to the line first. Cochran is going to have the lead down the backstretch. Orovitz and Cannon Cochran going to battle for second now. Cannon in the 33 machine. That's going to be a pretty good heated battle right there. Cannon Cochran settling into third. Tyler Berry into fourth. Kyle Fisher from the back all the way up to the 5th spot in that one machine. And then Darcy Wilson in behind there. That red and yellow machine. 5 on the side of that car. Comes Dale Ward trying to work around him. Ward in the show right now. Jackson Rexing also in the show. Only car looks like he is going to be out of it right now. McColeman in the 09 as he takes it to the infield. So the remaining cars on the track will make it through into tonight's feature. It is Colson Cochran, Cannon Cochran, 1-2. Brody Orovitz and Tyler Berry, your top 4 right now. 2.5 laps to go. B-Main going by quickly. We're down to 2. Only one car not running the middle or the top side right now. That's the 500 of Tyler Berry. White flag in the air. Everybody into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag. Colson Cochran's going to win it. Cannon Cochran, Brody Orovitz, Tyler Berry, Kyle Fisher, Darcy Wilson, Dale Ward, and Jason Rexing going to your A main. So while the guys will get acclimated to the new track conditions, Time for us to show you who pays the bills. All right, drivers, with a little bit of warm-up going on. Yeah, Tim, this is show number 2. We'll see how I feel at the end of 4 of them. We'll take a little break to get some chili and eat some dinner here as soon as this one's over. Be back for Hale's Corners. First show for them going to be just slightly before 8 o'clock Eastern. And then their second show right about 9:15-ish. Both of those coming to us from Volusia, Street Stocks and Limited Late Model. Dominic Santino will have Dirt Kings at Lanier in the 358s. The same cars we're watching right here, right now. "40 laps, the length of the feature tonight. All right, warm-up session winding down. Time to go racing. Feature time on the tiny track. "18 cars. It'll be Lucas Ruark on the pole with Dennis Gardner on his outside. CJ Howell and Davin Cardwell in row number 2. Justin Sick and Carson Ruark in row number 3. Benjamin Easler, Drew Layton, our 4th row. The 5th row, Donnie Fair and Josh Fuller. Colson Cochran and Cannon Cochran from our B main in row 6. Row 7, Brody Orovitz and Tyler Berry. Kyle Fisher and Darcy Wilson in row number 8. Row 9, Dale Ward and Jackson Rexing. Only missing one car, and I'm surprised to see that car missing from the starting lineup, the 70 of Davin Cardwell. So, 40 laps on the board. Green the next time out of turn number 4 with Lucas Ruark and Dennis Gardner. Heat race winners earlier this evening.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. A little bit of a wonky start. Everybody's going to make it through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Out of 4, Lucas Ruark's going to lead the first lap. Battle's going to be behind that. Oh, Justin Sick slid up the track a little bit. Sick checking up Leighton just a touch. Leighton trying to run through the middle. Car up on the tires and flipping. That's going to be Colson Cochran. He hugged the inside. He was about mid-pack heading down the backstretch, about 13th. He clips that infield tire, rolls the car over. Awful lot of damage to the right front of that 23 car. I could see that the camber and the toe were both drastically changed on that vehicle. So, still Lucas Ruark, Dennis Gardner, C.J. Howell, your top three.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Ooh, a little bit of a checkup at fourth position back there, and caution once again. Don't know that anybody necessarily got sideways here. I can't say they didn't, but just looked like there was a little bit of a herky-jerky start there. And the field quickly going to go back under the yellow flag. All right, so once again, lined up single file. Lights are going off for the pace truck. He'll be headed to the infield. Still 37 laps to go. Green flag back in the air, racing once again. Dennis Gardner going to the top side, trying to find a run. See if he can use some momentum, maybe take this lead away from it. Lucas Ruark had it for a split second down in 3 and 4. He's going to pull alongside here, coming out of turn 2, it looks like. Not quite that time, maybe out of 4. That time, new leader Dennis Gardner at the line. Ruark working right on the bottom. You can see that 3 machine trying to stay right against the inside where the moisture's at. Now starting to lose ground to Gardner. C.J. Howell working the top side as well. Here comes Ruark up to the top. Top 3 on the screen. A little bit of a gap between themselves and Justin Sick, back and forth. Sick's got his hands full with Carson Ruark in the 05 machine. Caution behind that. 31 of Darcy. Well, the 5 car of Darcy Wilson may be involved in this. I don't think he could have necessarily. Yes, he was the caution. So he rolled the car over. Leaders were coming down the backstretch and into 1 and 2, so everybody had to check up for that. All right, ready to go green again. Lights off on the pace truck. I think everybody's pretty much squared away where they're supposed to be this time. Still a Gardner, Ruark, Howell, Sick, and Ruark, your top 5.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. That time Gardner got out of 2 pretty poorly, and Ruark had a pretty good run He chose to lift, stay out of the rear end of that one machine. Now goes back to the bottom looking for grip. Nothing doing there. Gardner, Ruart, Howell. Now Justin Sick on the bottom's got his hands full. He may give up a spot. Carson Ruart couldn't do anything off the top side. He clipped the fence and caution once again. Jackson Rexing, the 93 machine. No, it wasn't Rexing, but he did get a piece of that 02 car of Easler as Easler got up sideways and backed it around into the fence. It's about a quarter of the way through this one. Still going to be 29 to go when we get the green.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not
Caution
going green.
period. That's going to give Derek Layton an opportunity to get back on the lead lap here. Now the lights will go back off on the pace truck. We'll be starting out of turn number 4 again. Green flag back in the air. A-Main back underway. Gardner holding off Ruark right now as they go into 3 and 4. CJ Howell around the middle. He's got company on the high side. Here comes Justin Sick. Sick around the top side into 3rd. Ruark, Carson Ruark went even higher, and he's trying to take 3rd away from Sick right now. That 05 machine right on the very edge. Had it that time by. We'll see if he can keep it out of 2. Carson Ruark now. Oh, clips the fence a little bit, and that's going to bring everybody right back to the rear bumper. And now gets the car squared away. 33 of Cannon Cochran in behind that. Here comes Fair up behind that. Those 3 cars on the top side. Justin Sick still down on the bottom, and he's holding on to 5th. May not be there for long as caution one more time. Went to the 1 car of Kyle Fisher, but I'm not sure whether he was in it or part of it. No, he was not. It's the 500 car of Tyler Berry. Berry was 3 wide there. Now almost 4 wide as he gets hooked and into the fence. There you go. It happened off the nose of Kyle Fisher's car. As that 500 car pretty heavily damaged, I think he's going to end up probably taking that thing in with as much damage as there is. It is dog tracking like nobody's business right now. Creeping up on halfway. Pace truck in, going back to green.
Green.
24 laps to go. Gardner able to get good starts, but out of 2, it looked like the last few times he lost ground. This time he's able to maintain. He and Lucas Ruark getting away from Carson Ruark into that 3rd spot. And then Cochran and Fair 4th and 5th. Justin Sick, Brody Orvitz. That's your top 7. This time, slide job. Gardner able to counter down the backstretch. Once again, Gardner able to hang on with the slide job coming. They just keep getting closer and closer. And now Gardner up to the top trying to protect. Lost the nose of the car a little bit. Lucas Ruart with a power move out of 4. Takes the lead right at halfway. Lucas Ruart, Dennis Gardner, Carson Ruart. Kenan Cochran in 4th. Donnie Fair still in 5th. Kyle Fisher now has worked from the back of the field all the way up to the 6th spot. I told you guys that those two blue cars got too close together. I wouldn't be able to tell them apart. They are identical. Dennis Gardner and Kyle Fisher. Right now, Ruark getting away from these guys, down to 17 to go. Into 3 and 4. Right up against the outside wall. Right down to your front stretch. Off your front stretch stands. Lucas Ruart getting into lap traffic now. It's the O2 machine of Benjamin Easler. He's looking to put a lap down here. Easler through the middle, works kind of wide, but left a lane up there. Down to 13 to go. Laps going by quickly, 13.44 seconds. Going to be 10 to go here shortly. Dennis Gardner still sick. Kenan Cochran got around Carson Ruark. So did Donnie Fair. That's 3rd and 4th. Ruark now back to 5th, right in front of Kyle Fisher. Big gap from Fisher to Orovitz. Pretty near the entire front straightaway. That's 7th. Justin Sick, Josh Fuller, Dale Ward. Your 10th place car. 10th place on the same straightaway now with your leader. Only 13 cars on the lead lap currently. 9 to go. Things have spread out, sort of settled out right now. And you're watching Lucas Ruart. Pretty good gap, about 8-10 car lengths on Dennis Gardner now. Gardner's got a big gap back to Fair. Here comes Cochran. Cochran and Fair, big time contact. That should be a caution.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
I got to wonder if something maybe happened before that. Let's go back a little bit further. Couple of laps ago. Fair with a good cut under right there. Now down the backstretch, side by side, into 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit of body contact. And now down into 1 and 2, and Cochran across and just a body slam into the outside wall. So with just a handful of laps to go here. About 7. Ruark, Gardner, Cochran, Ruark, Fisher, and Orovitz.
All right, man. Like you back on the pace car.
On the pace
going
truck
green this time. We're not
one more
going
time
green.
around.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. 7 laps to go. Ruart, good restart. He's going to lead them into 3 and 4. Here comes Kenan Cochran. Up to 3rd currently. Carson Ruart right in front of him. Down to 5 to go. Lucas Ruart About 4 or 5 car lengths in front of Dennis Gardner. Gardner's got the same gap to Cochran. Watching second place. Leader's going to come up on a lap machine. That is going to be the 93. I don't even show him on track anymore. Jackson Rexing out there as he's going to get lapped. End up 1 lap down this time. We're coming to 2 to go. Lucas Ruark still in front. He's putting a pretty good gap now. Gardner and Cochran got close to doing battle. That might have turned into something. But I think Gardner's going to be able to keep that gap and hang on. White flag in the air for Lucas Ruark. One more time around. 3 machine into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. He's going to win it. Ruark picks it up. Cochran went for the slider. Couldn't make it happen. Gardner crossed him back under. And Cochran will end up 3rd behind Gardner. So we'll get the guys to come around to the front stretch for us and give the cars a good park job here. Just waiting on these guys to get these cars around here and get them into position. Your winner headed to the infield there. That will take care of that. See if we can grab these guys up and get them in the interview room here. Gannon Cochran, are you there?
I am here.
Well, an eventful race for you, but you come home on the podium, man. Tell us about that last couple, 3 laps there leading up to the final restart.
Oh, man. I don't know. The 001 had been on my butt all race. He was a little bit faster, and he just, I guess, couldn't get the run and get by me. And when he finally did think that he had a run, he just stuffed me in the fence, and I didn't take too kindly to it, so I returned the favor, and from then on was then on, and we went to the next restart, had heavy damage, so I was just hoping top 5 at that point, but after that restart, I was able to get away from 4th and 5th a little and felt pretty comfortable with it, and I wasn't going to try to slide 2nd place, but he got in the wall and then checked up, so I figured, why not? I'm here to try to win the race, and I wasn't going to be able to win the race, so I was just going to have fun with it.
Well, still a good night for you, especially on a tight little bull ring like Fairbury, man. Who you got helping you out before we let you get out of here to celebrate?
Dependable Security Systems, Rick Worley Collision Towing, all the boys at Diet Water Racing, Josh, Lucas, Carson, love all those guys, Colson too. Milestone Paint and Body, and I think that's it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep.
3rd place a finisher. Let's see if we can get a good view here of Dennis Gardner. There's a good view of that car. Let's talk to Dennis. Dennis Gardner, you there?
I'm here.
A great run, man. You start up front. You keep that 1X car up there all night long. How tough was the feature?
Thank you. It was good. It's always hard when you're running against Lucas. He's one of the best at this, so I just had him behind me, and I ran out of talent and let him get by. But it was good running 2nd.
Yeah, it looked like the track got pretty tricky. It was search for grip everywhere all race long. Where were you the best at?
Really, the reverse slider line seemed to be working the best, and then I think that was where I messed up too, is letting Lucas see that, because he started running it as well.
Still a fantastic run for you, man. A good finish tonight. Who's on the car helping you out before we let you get out of here?
Thank you. Got to thank Josh Kunzbeck. He makes this thing run up front. So if it wasn't for him, I'd be in the back like normal.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
Your 2nd place finisher, Dennis Gardner. Now we'll move on to... We got to figure out where we can get a good view of this guy's car, because he parked it behind a sign, and that's going to make it difficult. I can tell you right now. to get a good view of this car just from where he parked it. Yeah, that's kind of blocked. That's very blocked. Yeah, that's a tough place for me when they park them in there. I can't really get a good camera angle on that. So we're just going to have to go. Let's go right here. It's not a great view of it, but that 3 car is sitting down there. Let's get Lucas down here. Lucas, are you there, buddy? Lucas Ruart.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you get it done here in the second session. You pick up the win. Tell us about this run here at Fairbury tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race. Track was kind of racy, not too much, but it wasn't terrible. It got kind of towards the slider, or like a reverse slider line where you kind of run the top and drop down to the middle off of 4 and off of 2. But Dennis ran a good race. I don't know if I'd have got by him, but he kind of showed me the line there, and I just kind of had to wait for him to mess up because I know he doesn't really run the top a lot, and I do, so I was just kind of waiting, just bite my time, and finally he did mess up, and I got around him at sail.
Well, a great run, fantastic finishing position, man. You come out on top, and at one point you were pretty far ahead of these guys. Late race restarts are always a little nerve-wracking. Were you worried about anything crazy happening on that last couple restarts?
I was just making sure Dennis wouldn't try and slap me going in the 1, but other than that, not really. I kind of figured I could pull away again since I had already done it once, but I was just hoping Dennis wouldn't throw a slider going off in the 1. Because then I know I'd have to race him, and P3 and P4 would have caught us all.
Well, a fantastic finish, man. Who do you got helping you out each and every night so we can let you go celebrate a big victory?
I got to thank Diet Water, Colson Cochran, Carden for putting on the league and letting us be able to race every Sunday and Saturday, and that's about it.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep.
Lucas Ruart, your winner tonight. Dennis Gardner comes home second. Cannon Cochran in third. Kyle Fisher was fourth. Carson Ruark in the fifth spot. Brody Orovitz in sixth. Justin Sick come home in seventh tonight. Eighth to Dale Ward. Ninth, Justin Fuller. Colson Cochran in 10th. Jackson Rexing 11th. Donnie Farrer was 12th. 13th to Tyler Berry. 14th, Benjamin Easler. Drew Layton in the 15th spot. C.J. Howe 16th. Darcy Wilson in 17th. And 18th to Devin Cardwell. Did not actually make the start there. So, 2 great races in the books. Appreciate everybody tuning in for these guys. We're going to be back in about an hour and 20 minutes for the first of 2 back-to-back shows for Hale's Corner at Volusia tonight. They'll have street stocks and limited late models winding down their season. 2 weeks to go. For myself, Dominic Santina here at the Dirt Racing Hour, guys. We appreciate each and every time you tune in. Thank you very much. Don't forget your likes, your shares, your follows. Until we see you later on this evening, everybody keep it dirty.